This is my Gisa and Geralf Zombie EDH deck, Tribal EDH deck. When Gisa and Geralf enter the battlefield, you may put the top 4 cards of your library into it. During each of your turn, you may cast a zombie creature card from your graveyard. I won 15 swamps, 11 islands. This is a new card I have not yet tried out, but it seemed like fun. It transformed into a 9/7 demon with flying, lifelink, and indestructible and haze. Rogue Pastures, Reliquary Tower, Terramorphic Expansion to search for my lands. Another land evolving might allow me to sack and search for a basic land. Command Tower, which taps for any color in my commander's identity. Opal Palace, which add 1 colors, but I can pay 1 to add 1 mana to my mana pool of any color which is identified into my commanders, which pretty much make my commander larger, for it could be a win condition. Grand Coliseum, Shimmering Gato. This is also a new card put in. A little bit of colorless. Unknown Chores. I love this artwork. It looks so awesome. The Mere Aqueduct. This Mall Backwater. J War Isis Refugee. And to the creature base. I want Abator Ghoul, which when he dies, I gain life equal to his toughness, I think. Unbreathing Horde. It'll get +1/+1 counter for each zombie on the field in my graveyard. I won 35 zombies. A little bit of mana fixing. Allow me to... I'm getting a little bit more mana fixing in case if I don't have a land in my hand. Stitcher Mingle. When it enters the battlefield, I can tap one of my opponent's creature. Does untap during the untap step. I advance Stitching. It has flying. I can pay a blue and 2 colorless to discard 2 cards and return advanced Stitching from the graveyard to the battlefield tap. Ghoul Visor. When it enters the battlefield, I can return a zombie card at random from my graveyard to your hand. Highborn Ghoul. Wave Caller. He was the commander for this deck, but I came out to try out Gisa and Geralf. I may switch him back. Undead Alchemist, which allow me to mill my opponents. Crypt Breaker, which I can discard a card and put a 2/2 zombie token on the battlefield. Tap 3 untapped zombies you control, and you draw a card and lose 1 life. Lich Lord of the Unks. Create zombie wizard tokens, and I can pay 2 blue and 2 black. The target player lose X life and put the X top cards of their library into the graveyard. X is the number of zombies I control, which get relatively big in this deck. Now onward to my zombie lords. I run Cemetery Reaper, the original zombie lord himself, Zombie Master with a white border. Give all zombie Swamp Walk and Regeneration. Diagraph Captain when it has Death Touch, and give my other zombies I control +1/+1. And whenever a zombie you control dies, my target opponent loses 1 life. The Lord of the Undead. Give all zombies +1/+1, and I can pay 1 colorless and 1 black to tap him to return target zombie card from my graveyard to my hand. Undead War Chief, make my zombie spells cheaper, and give zombies I control +2/+1. Abduct Automaton, Adept Automaton. Obviously I'm gonna choose zombie, but he's another lord, more of a budget one. Gravedigger, allow me to return a creature card from my graveyard to my hand. Give my zombies Death Touch, and then create a zombie token. Liliana the Last Hope. I mostly use her to search my, allow me to do stuff. He entered the battlefield with 5+1/+1 counter, but he just slower token generation. When Liliana Reaver, when it deals damage, I can create a zombie token. When this card, when this card dies, allow me to mill 5 cards. My deck runs 3 types of milling, token, and recursion. I can return, when this card is in the battlefield, I can target player put the top 4 cards of his or her library into the graveyard. Or milling. Geralf Mind Crusher, which allows mills again. Soul of Innistrad, which allows me to return 3 creature cards from my graveyard to my hand, or I can exile him from the graveyard and do the same thing. Ghoul Crawler Gisa, sack a creature to make 2/2 zombie creature tokens. Stitcher Geralf, which allows me to make larger zombie tokens. Liliana the Dark Realm, she's gonna be eventually taken out for a better one. Dark Steel Plate, that's for my commander, that way he won't, give us some kind of invasion. Cellar Door, which mills and eventually give me zombie tokens. Give my zombies Menace, and I can exile creature cards from my graveyard to make zombies one out of stuff to return from my graveyard. Rise of the Grave from the Grave, which recurs zombies and make zombies into zombies again for my deck. Crest of the Grave Lord, which create a large. Whenever a creature dies, I put a crest counter on it, and then remove the 3 crest counters to create a 5/5 zombie. Allow me to mill my opponent for it, raise the number of lands I control. Return an instant or sorcery from my graveyard to my hand. Mindscaped, which mills my opponent for 7. Stroke of Genius, which target player draw X cards. It's a type of milling. Blues Unseeneth. Crackling Counterpart, create a copy of a creature, which is great for making another zombie lord. Rooftop Storm, may I had to pay nothing for my zombies. Door of Destiny, put +1, put a counter on it. Door of Destiny, and the creatures of that chosen type get a +1/+1 counter for each of them. Swiftfoot Boots. Life Finale, which destroy all creature and allow me to search one of my opponent's library up to 3 creature cards and put them in the graveyard. Allow me to create zombie tokens. Army of the Dam, Endless Rank of the Undead, which works sometimes, not all the time. Dark Salvation, I mostly use it to create zombie tokens, the -1/-1 counters. Raid Betrayal, which whenever a creature I don't control dies, I can bring it back in, then make it into a zombie with a +1/+1 counter. Another card which destroys all, and then bring the creature back onto my field as a zombie in addition to his other types. Command Spear, tap and eventually card draw. Soul Ring, Dark Steel Ingrid, mana fixing. Then I want Ever-Flowing Chalice. I'll be able to kick it at least 3 or 4 times with my decks, so easy mana acceleration. Unstable Obelisk, which I pretty much use it for increasing mana. Now, pay 6 to draw, then eventually 1,000-Year Elixir, which allows me to use my creature's ability with haste, and I can untap target creature, which used to be a part of my 1 zombie combo for Grim Corpseborn. And that's my zombie Gisa and Geralf EDH deck.